Tauruses, welcome to your June 2019 love reading. If this reading resonates with you, consider a personal reading. Also, check out that I'm running a gift holiday special. If you want to gift somebody a reading at a discounted price, make sure you email me and find out what that's about, because we all have that person we know that always wanted to get a reading but doesn't know how to go about doing it unless they get gifted it. So check that out for sure. Other things I want to mention: one, I'm changing my format. Not by much, but you might notice that it's just because I have an injury and I need to shuffle differently, and I didn't think that I needed to have that on camera. Also, my 2019 Sun Moon readings are going up in my playlist slowly but surely. Make sure you check out your 2018 Sun Moon readings also to see if they rang true for this year. Compatibility readings will always be going up this year and next year. Social media, I'm on the Instant Go app if you need a quick answer. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram if you would like to follow, or message me. Okay, I will be leaving a Vimeo link below, as I always do, for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush or current or an ex. But let's get to your reading for January 2019. So Tauruses, I'm seeing the Six of Bees in reverse with the King of Moss in the upright. So I'm feeling like somebody has returned back to you. Now this is prior to January, so this is influences you're just coming out of. Okay, but I feel like either you're returning back to somebody or someone's returning back to you to get answers. Okay, this is not being able to leave the past behind you. Resisting change, kind of. It's different from the Six of Cups. It's more, addressing baggage or what have you. So either you went back to this person who is this King of Moss, or this King of Moss came back to you seeking some sort of answers or some things that you guys just haven't quite gotten over. Okay. Now, this King of Moss is someone who is a really passionate person, somebody who you very much have a sexual chemistry with. They're very determined, they're very motivated. So I feel like they came in prior to January and they're not leaving without an answer, okay? Or they aren't leaving without the answers that they came for, okay? I also feel like this person feels like they have matured. They feel like they're mature enough to receive the answers that you have for them, or mature enough to kind of confront the baggage that they came for. But whatever it is, I do feel like there was a connection of them coming back. And again, it's either them coming back to resolve something or you going back to resolve something with them. Now, as a result of that, the energies that I see here in January is the Knight of Wands with the Nine of Wands, okay? So I feel like this person, because of whatever happened back here, they kick it up a notch, okay? Because the Knight of Wands is all about, kind of rushing in, and the sex drive is back. He's flirty, he's fun, he wants to chase you all over again. Some of you might have actually had a one-night stand with this person, so you might have actually connected and, had sex or what have you, and this person hasn't gotten over that. They wanted to continue, or that passion was restirred and what have you, and they're kind of communicating that to you, letting you know that, yeah, it was really great how we connected again and what have you. But I see you as the Nine of Wands here, so you're being hesitant because this person has hurt you in the past, okay? So while it was really great, you had a good time with them, you're being a little bit distrustful. You don't know if they've necessarily changed. Also, the fact that they kind of came on so strong and you guys have reconnected in a sexual or a passionate way, or that chemistry is back, you're really being guarded about that. You're not trusting how you feel at this time. You're very worried about getting hurt by this person again. So you're kind of protecting yourself. You're not ready to jump into it 100%. And as you move into the end of January into February, as it goes into February, so we'll just say after January for this, I see the Flying Machine in reverse, and I see the Knight of Beetles in the upright. Now, the Flying Machine in reverse can be similar to the Chariot in the Rider-Waite deck. And I like these cards because they have a really hard-like feeling to them. But you're sort of feeling like things are out of your control at this point, okay? You felt like, at one time you felt like you were in control of your destiny and you knew where you were going and everything was fine and you knew what your goal was. And then all of a sudden this person kind of comes in and kind of mixes you up a little bit. So with the Flying Machine in reverse, I feel like you guys have lost control of the situation. You've handed your power over to this person. And now you're just kind of like, you're not sure what's sort of going on, okay? And you're trying to get your bearings with the Knight of Beetles here. So you're looking at the situation, you're considering it, you're being very conservative regarding this situation. You're studying this. You don't want to get anything that is high risk. You don't want this person hurting you again. So yeah, even though you're having a really good time with them, you don't like the loss of control, and you don't like not knowing for sure what's going on. So with the Knight of Pentacles, I almost feel like you're not really in a rush to jump into this. And in fact, you're being very slow and very methodical in considering this, okay? Now, and it might just be their nature, you know, because whoever this person is very likely a fire sign. So Sagittarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Leo. I always have a hard time with this. Any signs, anytime I say Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So they just might have that energy, or they might have in their chart of just being very all about the moment. So their fire goes up very quickly and then dies out just as quickly, okay? And you being a Taurus, you can't really, you know, relate to that, or not necessarily something in energy that you kind of want to match, because you like something that's a little more slow, a little more steady, a little bit stable. So, I mean, whatever you're going through now is really great. It's passionate. But here with the Knight of Pentacles, you're wondering, what's this going to be down the line? Is this person going to be the same way that they were? Okay. So I think while you reconnected for answers, it ended up reconnecting for different reasons. And now it's adding a lot of doubt, or just a lot of caution. I'm not going to say doubt, a lot of caution in regards to how you're going to proceed with this. Can you please provide clarification on the Six of Bees in reverse? Why is the Six of Bees here reversed? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Six of Bees in reverse for Taurus. What energy is prior to January 2019. Okay, so we have the Seven Pentacles in reverse. And one of the questions you're kind of having, or one of the reasons why this person's coming back, or you're coming back, you want to get the answers to why it sort of didn't work, okay? You guys put a lot of energy into this relationship, you or the other person, or both of you. And both of you are just wondering, why didn't this work? Why didn't this turn out the way that it should have? You know, we put so much into it. Why did it just end? Why did we decide to stop? Why did we just decide to stop making it grow, stop investing in it, stop putting seeds into it, or what have you? So I feel like these are the conversations you guys have when you do connect, because you're wondering if the energy was there. So it's kind of like the what happened conversation I feel like you guys are having. And the Four of Cups in reverse is kind of somebody is locking up their feelings, doesn't want to say what they're really feeling, okay? But the other thing is that Four of Cups is there. Somebody doesn't really want to jump back into this, okay? An opportunity is being presented when this person comes back, talking about what went wrong. Can we fix it? And I feel like you, the other person, is kind of like, I don't know. I'm being very careful of what you're presenting. I feel wariness all around you guys. And I also feel like an inaction. You're not in a big rush to take a step forward to them when they present themselves to you. Yeah, I mean, I just don't feel like you're the person that's kind of initiating the action. I feel more so it's them trying to do it, or it's them that came back. Can you please provide clarification on the King of Wands? Why is the King of Wands here? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the King of Wands. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So this person has, in the past, they were very immature, okay? And so we have the Page of Cups here with the Nine of Pentacles. So they were a very mature energy in this past relationship you had with them. They kind of did what they wanted to do whenever they wanted to do it. They were really mature. I felt like you were always putting out fires for them. If they didn't get their way, they threw a fit. Maybe they went out and they partied a lot, drugs, alcohol, you know, whatever. It's just that kind of energy. That you experienced with this person. And then I see you as the Nine of Pentacles here, the person that had to bring in the money, the person that had to be the rock, the person that had to be self-sufficient. I feel like you were the person that had the security, had the stability, okay? And this person was just kind of going off doing whatever they wanted to do. But I feel like when they come back to you as the King of Wands, they're telling you, I'm not like that anymore. I'm not that type of person. I'm this type of person. I'm charming. I've matured. You know, but they know that chemistry is still there. So, I mean, I don't know if they're necessarily telling you this I'm not getting whether they're telling you this just like to get you in the sack, no offense, or they genuinely believe this, and you're remembering what it was like with this person, and this is the baggage that you're carrying around while you were out working, while you were trying to pay the bills, while you were trying to take care of the kids, while you were trying to make sure the house was taken care of. This person was just doing whatever they wanted, and they were acting like a kid, and you had to be the adult in this relationship. So that's the reason why you're being a little wary, or were a little wary prior to January, when they came in, you know, reintroduced themselves to you and said that they changed. Now, this could be somebody that, this doesn't have to be an ex, this could be somebody that you're separated from for the time being, and they went and they thought about how they were, and then they come back and, you know, said that they've kind of changed their ways. I feel like this person, when they come into your life, you have a hard time controlling yourself. I feel like when you're around them, maybe you know it's not right, or in the back of your head, but you have a problem keeping your clothes on. For better chance of work, or you just feel that fire, you feel those butterflies with them, and it's really hard for you to kind of like, when they come around, sort of resist that, is what I'm getting. And I think things really heat up in January. Can you please provide clarification on the Knight of Mars? Why is the Knight of Mars here for Taurus love energies? January, who is this person? Who is this energy for Taurus love energies, January 2019? Yeah, you are, the sex with this person is amazing, okay? Because we have the Devil card in the upright, and you're tied to this person. I mean, some of you could be like sexually addicted to this person. It really is about being addicted. You can't break free from this person because of the gratification that they give you. And when they come back, it's just a hard time. You have a very hard time saying no. Now, be careful, because I see the Ten of Pentacles again, and I see you again being the person that is the financial security, the person that builds the assets, the person that is the mature one, again, the person that's being the adult. And even though you had a roll in the hay, even though you're attracted to this person, I feel like this person's attracted to you because you're stable, and they just have an inability of being so, okay? So whether they're the Page of Cups and they're super mature, or whether they're the Knight is still a very youthful energy. And the Knight, he does stuff and he doesn't think first, and he's very hasty, okay? He just kind of does what he wants because he's so enthusiastic about it. And I feel like with this person, again, you're going to have to be the person that kind of takes on the role of adult and slows them down and writes the check or pays the bills. I don't think that they've advanced as far as they think they have in that department when this happens in January. And that's the reason why you're defensive here with the Nine of Wands, because you've seen this before, you've seen this pattern before, and it's hearkening very familiar to you. So it's natural that you don't want to get hurt again. You don't want to be put in that position again. You want to be in a relationship. You don't want to be the parent to somebody, because that's never fun. Can you please provide clarification on the Nine of Wands? Who is this person? What is this energy for Taurus, January? Okay, so the King of Swords has you sort of making sure, or at least you're trying to, you're trying to take your emotions out of this, okay? You're trying to look at this person very objective, very logically, very truthful, and you're, like I said, I think you're just taking your emotions and what have you, and you're putting them in your back pocket, and you're trying to not get too attached to this person. Okay, that's one way of you guarding your feelings. So you know you have these feelings for them. You know that you have that fire down below or whatever when they come around, but you're trying really hard to be mature and logical and detached and not an objective, and not get swept away by them, so that you can kind of, you know, like I said, prevent yourself from getting hurt like this person has hurt you before. And doubly so because I see the Nine of Wands in reverse. So now I almost feel like this person is really kind of pressing in on you, okay? I feel like with the Nine of Wands, they're putting pressure on you. And I think one of the reasons why is because with this King of Swords, you're seeing what they're about. And the minute that they start seeing that you have that clarity, they start upping their game. They start pushing into you more, you know, to try to kind of sway your opinion or what have you, okay? I also don't think that you think this is going to be a financially sound decision for you. It's not going to be a good legal decision for you, because the King of Swords is about financial or legal advice. And you might actually consult somebody. I always think of that when the King of Swords shows up, that you've talked to somebody about this and they said, you know what, this really isn't a good idea. So for those of you that are separated and thinking about calling off the separation and you know, revisiting the marriage again, I feel like somebody is advising you not to do this, or either that or you are feeling like this is not going to be in your best interest legally or financially. All right. Now we'll move over here to, and so because of this person kind of leaning in on you and really pushing in on your boundaries because they know that you're seeing the light of day, as you move out of January into February, I see you uncomfortable with how much control they're trying to have over you, how much they're trying to guide this machine onto their track, okay? Trying to make it go their way, trying to make you give up in regards to your opinion, not really give up, but rather give in to them. And I feel like that's really is not sitting well with you. Can you please provide clarification on the flying machine in reverse, please, for Taurus? Love energy is moving out of January into February. Who is this person? What is this energy? The flying machine for Taurus. End of January into February, the World card in reversed. And we also have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So this person won't let this go. Okay, they're definitely trying to convince you. You keep on trying to wrap it up and tell them, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe we should close out this chapter. Yes, we had fun back here, but is it really going to last for the long run? I'm not feeling it. I don't want to be the adult again. I don't want to be put in this financial position. I don't want this responsibility of checking up on you and what have you. And this person with the World in reverse, they won't let it go. They haven't learned their lessons. So they're not giving you that closure. They don't want to wrap it up. And they also, they're trying to leave that door open. And they also know if they don't have you, there's a desperation that goes along with it, because if they don't have you, if they lose you, they're going to feel like they're missing something in their life. They're going to feel an emptiness in their life. And this is why they're trying to keep the door open and keep trying to pressure you and get things on their track. And with the Eight of Wands in reverse, I feel like you're saying to them, we don't need to talk about this anymore, because this isn't how this is going to go. I'm not comfortable with this. And you can talk about this all you want. You can convince me all you want, but I'm not on board for this, okay? So some of you might end up blocking them. So either have a lack of contact because they just are incessantly trying to convince you of their opinion. So you'll either have a lack of response, you'll block them, or you could also just slow things down. Like say to them, you know what? Why don't we just slow things down and just really think about this? Your sense of urgency is really your sense of urgency, and you trying to make it go your way rather than my way, and you kind of like being controlling and not really listening to what I say is really making me feel uncomfortable. So we either need to stop talking to each other for a while, or just not see each other for a while, or we just really need to slow things down so I can really think about this, okay? And because you want to focus on something. So you want them, I don't want to say you want them to shut up, but you want them to stop impressing their opinions on you and be like, let's do it. So you know, that pressure, you just don't like it. So you want to just kind of hold off on this a little bit. All right. Some of them, they might even have asked you to travel with them or go someplace, and you kind of was like, no, that's okay. You know, I could see them like having bought like plane tickets and being like, let's just go away and let's this and that, because I'm getting, this is the kind of personality that this person is. And you said, no, why don't we just hold off on that for right now, okay? So that's why we had the Knight of Beetles here with you thinking about this, observing it, going, do I really want to get into this risk before? Yes, you know, the passion's great, the chemistry is great, that's wonderful, but in the long run, who's going to end up losing out? Who's the one that's going to end up doing all the work? Because the Knight of Beetles is very much about working very hard. So you're not sure if you want to do all the work that's required to stay in this relationship. We had the Five of Pentacles, so yeah, I believe you're going to give them the heave-ho. I think you are eventually going to end this cycle, because we had the Five of Pentacles here, and that's kind of leaving them out in the cold. I feel like you kind of send them on their way. So whatever was here happened, that's great. But then you kind of tell them this isn't going to work out, and you kind of like kick them out of your house. I'm just using that like metaphorically. But no, I don't feel like you're interested in, you know, having these challenges that come along with this relationship. So you kind of tell them no, thank you. And the Judgment card here, it kind of says to me that you're making the decision, okay? And this gets kind of weird with the Judgment card, but I'm feeling like this person has a tendency to make you just totally forget how things like assessing things or judging your actions. You just throw that all to the wind, and you lose a lot of yourself when this person comes around with the Judgment card in reverse. And even though you enjoy spending time with them, it ends up turning over time, where you start feeling badly about yourself, and you start you know, judging yourself, and you're not working on self-love, you're not working on self-care, you're not working on yourself. I feel like this person consumes you, and you're a different person. It's great in the beginning, but then you turn into a different person as you get in the relationship, and you kind of are remembering what you turn into because of their influence and how you are, and you're not interested in doing that again. You're not interested in not listening to your not listening to what you should be listening to in regards to this. Just kind of setting that aside and saying, oh, this person's great, it feels so well, so great. You don't want to do this time. So that's why you kind of let them out of the cold after a period about thinking it for a while, turning it over in your mind, considering the long term, and if this could work or not. Okay, so that's what I have for your love reading. I'm going to go ahead and upload this. If this reading resonates with you, definitely consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. Also remember, I'm running the holiday gift special, discounted rates for people that you want to buy a reading for. Just send me an email and I will give you the details of that. Otherwise, best of luck to you guys. I will see you for your mid-month. Adios, Tauruses. Bye.